We didn't get much weather last night, but we're expecting that tonight is going to be a different story. There's an area of storms that is now into central parts of Illinois, and that is eventually going to make its way up into northern Indiana. We think this evening. It's moving pretty quickly, and there's a lot of very strong wind in the mid levels of the atmosphere. That is more supportive of more organized storm structures and generally supportive of a damaging wind threat. We think that is certainly going to be a possibility as this area of storms comes through. So here's our high-resolution model. It looks like the risk is going to be greater for the southern part of our area. So here we're seeing the storms coming through around 7 o'clock. May not happen exactly like that. Also, you notice the instability there. So we do have what is called moderate instability, enough fuel for some stronger storms coming through. And again, the stronger storms are probably going to be more towards the south, so more towards the southern part of our area. Those coming through from 7 to 8 to 9 o'clock tonight, it appears. It looks like it's about the timing of all this. And then the storms are going to begin to settle down a bit as they move more into the eastern part of the area. And then things are going to be very quiet through the rest of tonight, but we will see a fair amount of wind. So talking about the potential impacts, we could see some damaging wind. It is going to be possible through tonight. And then also we're looking at the possibility of some very large hail. You notice the hatched area that is in the southern part of our area. So in that hatched area, we're talking about the possibility of some 2-inch hail. And 1.75-inch hail is golf ball size hail. So we may be looking at some very large hail with those storms coming through. And then going into tomorrow, we're expecting the front's going to come through in the early morning hours, and it's going to turn out to be a very windy day tomorrow. Winds gusting to 35 and maybe 40 miles per hour through the middle of the day, settling down a little bit later in the day, gusting to about 20 to 25 miles per hour. But the front comes through and it gets sharply cooler and windier as we go through the day tomorrow. So again, severe storms coming through this evening with primarily a wind and hail threat. Can't ever rule out a tornado, but it looks like mostly a wind and hail threat. 57 degrees overnight tonight, winds out of the southwest, 15 to 20 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, much cooler, much drier, 63 degrees. Our winds out of the west at 20 to 25 miles per hour. And again, gusting up to 30 and 35 miles per hour. And then over the next 7 days, we're expecting that it's going to be much nicer on Sunday, a mix of clouds and sun, about 70. We see some clouds around on Monday, 65 degrees. Chance of rain coming in on Tuesday and on Wednesday, much cooler into the 50s, and that cooler weather continues into Thursday as well. Partly cloudy, 55, and 64 degrees on Friday with partly cloudy skies.